Hello and welcome everybody to Crypto Rosetta. My name is Savage and today we're going to be having a look at MATIC. Before we jump into the price action, I just want to say thank you for watching. If you're enjoying the content, please smash that like button, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, turn on those bell notifications so you never miss a video and leave us some feedback down below. Also in the description you'll find links to Discord, come check it out, it's free to join. Okay, so let's get into the fun stuff here. So with MATIC, the upward structure here can be counted as a 5-wave move. And effectively what we're looking for here is the potential to actually look to drop back down into this box region here, which would be this 108 to this 87.41 area. So this is be a typical wave 2 or B wave retracement, looking for that continuation to the upside. So this will be a key area to hold if we want to look for the bullish potentials playing out here. Alternatively, we do have some extensions which we're going to go through within the video, so make sure you stay tuned where we could look for possible extensions within this wave, where our key point would actually be this low point here of this 75 cent, I think, or $1.13. Sorry, that's lower down. But basically, this would be the key area we'd be looking for that continuation if we're looking for an extension within the waves. Okay, so within this, we need to talk about a few things. So basically within this structure, one thing I just want to show you with this, and it's a reason we need to be a little bit careful with this move. If I throw this onto this move, we can see that we've actually came up here to the 0.618. So we have taken this A wave high and we have reached 0.6184. So for the most part, we could argue this could be a completed ABC pattern into this high here. And that could mean that either we are looking to complete up into this area, and then we could still look for a C wave to the downside. Or alternatively, what we could be looking for is actually a deeper retracement. I need to adjust this box now because I think we've moved up from where we previously were. But we could still look for a move back down towards this 50% to the 786. And that would be looking for that possibility of this move becoming a bigger A, a B, and a C. So that's something we also need to be aware of. For as long as we hold that this low over here at, let me get it right on there, 75 cent. Then we can argue 75, so 74.79. So that's the actual low. So as long as we hold this zone, we can still look for the potential to actually extend out here, and where this becomes a new 1, 2, and then we actually look to push up for a third wave. So these are still possibilities. If we do start to break down and lose this 87.41, it starts to become less likely, but really an invalidation only comes by crossing these lows here. So until we do, we could still look for the potential that this is a 1, we come back down for a 2, and then we look to actually push up for a bigger third wave. So this is going to be a key area, as well as these lows. We're going to go over the potential of that extension now, and actually, let's go over how we can get down here. So if we are looking for that possibility of this being a 1 and a 2 in here, the way I'm currently looking at this move is if we come into here on the smaller, well, there we go. So what I'm looking at here is the possibility that we could actually have this as an ABC playing to the upside here. So that target zone would be this 134 at a 1-to-1. So this C wave here. And then what I'd be looking out for then is if we do actually move up into this range, whether we actually only stop here, or whether we stop around this 1-to-1 mark, or whether this actually pushes up higher. If this pushed up higher, we could argue that we could potentially be looking for a bigger move up here, where if we move past this $1.41 area, then we could look for 5-wave structure where this becomes a 1, 2, 3, 4, and then a 5. And then if we did get a 5-wave move here, we could then potentially look at this as the beginning of a move where this becomes a 1, 2, and then we look to progress up. So that's going to be key if we are looking for that potential to look for that bullish potential and actually look to push to the upside. However, if we just move up to this 1-to-1, we need to be aware that we could look to break down from here. So this could either just come and take these lows, and this is a completed B wave, like something like this, or alternatively, we could see a more complex B wave playing out here, where we do actually look to play out as an A, B, C up into here. Then we get a 3-wave move down, potentially looking to find support. So this depends exactly on how high we come here. If we came to this 1-to-1, the support zone would be this 126 to this 122, but effectively that would be our zone we would be looking to hold if we're looking for this continuation in this A, B, and C. So if we do move up, this rejection zone is going to be quite important. We can see that the 0.618 is actually on this high point here. So a failure on that swing could potentially lead to another sell-off. So keep an eye on that. Alternatively, if this does look to push up higher, the 786 would be a retest of this zone up here. And then that could actually look for that potential for a rejection from that point. So keep an eye on this box area, this 136 to this 147. A movement up into this zone in a three-wave structure could actually lead to a sell-off back to the downside. Depending on how high we come, this could look to push us down towards, if we say this 618, for instance, 121 would actually bring us down here to this 107. So that in itself would actually bring us down into this zone of the support box if we do. So we'll have to monitor this if we do start to see this move down here, because technically speaking, that could be enough for a wave 2 retracement if we do get something like that, or a B wave retracement, whichever way we're going to look at it for now. But effectively, that would be enough for a one-to-one of that move. So, that wave 2 could then complete there. Alternatively, what we could see is a bigger structure where we actually move up one more time, potentially come and retest some of these areas, fail, and then actually look for a deeper retracement, looking to bring us down lower into this box. So we're going to have to keep a little bit of an eye on that move as it plays out. So that's the way I'm currently looking at it if we're just looking for this as a corrective structure to the downside. So the other way that we need to keep an eye out and see how this plays out is we can still count this as a 5-wave move. So the way we'd be counting it is basically within these waves there would be this subwave of 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5 to the downside with an extension in this 5th wave. So this is possible where we could see this actually as being our wave 3 low. So if we do actually move up here and we face rejection in this zone of this 135 to 131.30, we could still look for this potential to actually break down in another 5-wave structure. And that would be looking for something like this to play out after moving up into this zone and getting rejected. So the target area of this, off of that 0.382 retracement, would be this 1167 to this 1235. So keep an eye on this zone. It could be interesting, coming back and retesting some of these core areas that we had as support. Could be turned into resistance. We come into it and then look at a rejection. So keep an eye on that. So if we do get a move like this play out, where we actually get this continuation of a 5th wave to the downside here, then what I would be looking for is, as this moves slightly different, I'd be looking at this then to become an A wave. We get a B wave to the upside, and then actually look for that continuation. So if we are going to get that move, it would be potentially deeper, potentially down here to this 618 or 786 zone. Somewhere in between that area would be ideal then, because we'd be looking for that 3-wave up, and then we'd look for that deeper retracement for that potential as a wave 2 or B. The alternative thing we would need to be cautious of, if we do develop 5-wave structure here, we'd obviously also have to be careful of the fact we form 3 waves to the upside, and then we form a bigger 5-wave move to the downside, where we form something like this, and then this becomes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and that would indicate that we're actually going to break down for a bigger move. So that would potentially indicate the progression of the C wave if we did see a move like that to the downside. So yeah, we've got to be a little bit careful here within this structure. We could see this break down much deeper. Even if we do get a 5-wave move, though, it is also possible. If I just turn this off for a second, let's turn that off as well. But this move up here is a mess. To be honest with you, this whole bit in the middle here is throwing things out quite a bit. So it is also possible that we could still be within a B wave or a wave 2, where actually this has all been a part of it. And basically, what we'd be looking out for is the possibility we could have something like this as an a B, and then a C wave to the downside. So if we do form that 5-wave move to the downside, we're going to have to keep an eye on it and then see what happens off the back of it. If it reverses, then we'd have to say that this was all corrective, and then basically we were looking at this as a bigger corrective B wave in the middle here, and then we'd still be looking for that potential of that C wave to the upside. So there's a couple of ways of counting it at the moment. So we need to just be a little bit careful and give it that time that the market needs to let us see what it actually wants to show us. So that's what we're looking for within that. Now in the previous video we did go over a more bullish option, we were actually looking for something like this playing out. So this is still viable at the moment. It invalidates by crossing this 13, well, $1.1365. But until we actually do, and if we do manage to hold this zone here that we've made a low on, at what is this area? 119.39. If we do maintain this low and we actually do start to progress to the upside here, we could start to form bigger structure, looking to form this orange third wave. The confirmation would only come by a push up past this $2 range. So it would be very early days in this if we were going to say that this was the case and that we completed into this low, looking at this as basically an A, a B, C with a connector here and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it is possible that this could be completed here, but it would need to prove itself. This is probably the least likely out of the scenarios in my opinion, but we'll have to see how it plays out. If we do start to progress up here in 5-wave structure, what we would be anticipating is basically in this lower range here, what I'd guess, just because of the size of this move here, either we would need to set up either we need to set up a fairly substantial wave 1 here, where this becomes a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then we'd look for wave 2, and then we'd look for that wave 3 to start looking to actually push us up into this range here. Or alternatively, what we could get is we could get something like this play out, where we form this as a 1, 2, then we form another 1, 2, and then we actually start to take off in that third wave. So keep an eye on this. If this does start to form a trend line here that it finds support on and sets these higher lows, it could be that we are setting up to do this. So keep an eye on those. Keep an eye on that. If we do lose this low, that invalidates this starting point from here. And effectively, like I said, dropping past this 1365 would invalidate the orange count, and then dropping past see, dropping past this 9167 would invalidate the blue count that we have here. Actually, sorry, that would be invalidated by 1365. That would be the invalidation of this extension. If we break down past that, then this whole extension idea falls apart. So keep an eye on those key areas. This low point here of this wave 2 at this $1.19, and then this area here of this 113 area. If we lose those, this extension goes out the window pretty much, and then I'd be looking for that support range to come into play that we talked about previously in this 5-wave move here. Failure to hold this then leads us to look for whether we manage to cross this 74.79. If we lose that 74.79, it basically invalidates the bullish potential off these lows that we have here at the 74 cent, and we would have to anticipate that we're going to go lower down here. By that time, we should have some good structure to work a count off of, but at the moment, we don't really have that. We just have this move that is either still in the middle of it or it's completed, and we could actually still look to progress down one more time. Okay, I'm going to leave the video there. I hope you found it useful. If you did, please smash that like button. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Turn on those bell notifications so you never miss a video. Leave us some feedback down below. And also in the description, you'll find a link to Discord. Come check it out. It is free to join. Once in the general chat area, just add mention member staff. We'll be happy to help you out. Also in the description, you'll find affiliate links for both BYBIT and PrimeXBT, both great exchanges. Check them out. If you don't have an account with them, using the affiliate link does help support us, and we do appreciate it. Everyone have a great day. We'll see you in the next one. Take care, everybody.